Absolutely love to watch this character
Yes!
play. Zangief!
That's what I'm talking
The
about.
Red Cyclone!
Sekwele placing 3rd over in the World Warrior event for South Africa. Again, pretty much run by random select events. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I want to know what this Zangief is about. Being able to take down pretty much all the names as well, like that we've seen in the current top 16, right? There's so many people that have been a part of this this scene that have been like consistent killers, right? But going into it, let's take a look at what Sekwele had to say going into his match for top 16.
Yeah, right here, Sekwele, who lied to people and told them Zangief is a bad matchup for Akuma. This will be tough, but I am happy I came this far. And, you know, designated as one of the killers that is here in the bracket, we're going to see how this Zangief shapes up because, you know, as an Akuma player myself, yeah, I think Zangief does have a little bit of a hard time here. People are like, yeah, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, but Zangief definitely has to work, but if he gets 2 boops, it's that life bar doesn't look very good on the side of Akuma.
We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to see how this region of the world plays this particular matchup because we don't get to see a lot of either character.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen more Zangiefs in the spotlight than Akuma in terms of how the patch turned out.
Yeah.
But again, I think we can't base it off of what we've seen previously anymore. I want to know what Sekwele has up his sleeve. I also want to make sure that we figure out how to pronounce his last name correctly. I want to make sure, like everybody that's been following along, if you have intel, or at least Sekwele, if you're watching this yourself, if you would let us know how to say your last name properly.
I'll pull up the stream chat and like just hit us with it phonetically so that we can say it correctly, because I think that's really important.
I hate butchering people's names. I want to put as much respect as possible. You know what I mean? Like, especially for regions that don't really get to have this kind of representation, right? Being able to have South Africa, even in the Capcom Pro Tour
is
now,
amazing.
It's the sign of things to come. You know what I mean? Like, we get to see a lot more regions going forward, hopefully. So we'll see how it plays out right now. Zangief versus Akuma. We're going to see who moves on into the loser side between these two. Sekwele versus 7BD.
I love the pink tracksuit. You know how sick it would be to get all the tracksuit colors for Zangief for free if he wins? That would be amazing. Isn't that right, Viscous?
That'd be super impressive.
My bad. I didn't mean to get your name wrong. Oh, man. And yeah, there we go. Hey, that would be one of the reasons we could say this is a potentially bad matchup. The Lariat deals with the fireballs, but there's more than fireballs. And the extra jump art right there, too. Absolutely love it. Never mind. Terrible matchup.
Oh, jeez. Watch out for that, bro. Oh, okay, I like that. Yeah, Sekwele.
Ooh. You are
2 steps
so...
ahead.
No!
Oh.
Not like this.
Ooh.
Again, the V-Skill 2, and you know, typically we've seen a lot of V-Skill 1 from Akuma, but V-Skill 2 definitely coming to fruition lately in the likes of Joe Umarogan and then Mr. Mistopheles, you know, 2 proprietors of that V-Skill. But
no way! That was actually super ambiguous as to what side he was going to land on, I feel like.
Yep. And didn't have to spend anything on that as well. Feeling really good about that first round, Sekwele. Oh.
That's so fast.
It is so good. I mean, you could potentially try to jump in right there and just getting the full charge. Look at the V-Skill!
That's a lot.
So scared to move forward. That was so smart, and just doing it again. Just power pose on him. You can flex, I can flex.
Yeah, you're just building yourself V-gauge the whole time. I don't know if I don't know if that's going to be a big deal for Sekwele or not towards the end.
Yeah, it still has that explosive damage, you know. I mean, even not getting these hits, yeah, you're getting a little bit of that V-trigger, but when Sekwele gets in, I think you might opt to go for the V-reversal instead of trying to go for the trigger.
Oh, this is going to be pretty huge, too. 7BD having access to that trigger so early with a life lead is so important.
Yeah, half of it already burned. Hard knockdown. This is so rough. Again, the throw pressure comes out. Air fireballs. Nice block on that cross-up. That was insane. And not able to get it with the V-trigger. Nope.
Can't throw a fireball now.
Oh, explode. Area, yep.
Oh, Force Dynamite? Dash up, what happens? Oh, it's, yep, that's so good. You're not dead!
Not like this! That isn't gonna kill moment. And right now goes for the spin, but the EX Fireball keeps you in the sky. Not able to connect that time
either.
That
is so smart. Yeah, 7BD still able to land in time to get a punish on that.
Yeah, so good. Love that. And 7BD played that perfectly. Double EX Fireball to sniff out the Lariat because Sekwele already represented that option and, you know, dealing with it well afterwards.
We see Sekwele playing a little bit more compact, by the way. He did not want to let 7BD get into V-Trigger where he's big chillin'.
Yeah, 7BD oiled up, ready to go. Hakan Jr. Oh, there we go. Flex again.
Yeah, he's pretty much building up some V gauge because the sooner he gets into trigger 1, the more offensive he gets to be. Right?
Yeah, and I really love that adjustment from 7BD.
Oh my god!
Oh, going for the air fireballs to bait out the lariat, but that was such a good forward Pierce, not able to get anything afterwards. That was so good. Yep, with punish.
And this is such a good pace for 7BD right now.
And I love that. The V-skill right out of the range of the chop, so, you know, Sekwele has to make the read to go for a micro-wop or try to jump in, but the anti-air was already represented before for the jump in. Uh-oh.
Counter poke there. Sekwele. Excellent time to get that activation, get some of that space back.
Oh!
Not like that.
So much damage afterwards. We saw the command grab last time after the throw whip. Just backdashes! What an answer!
What was the jump short about? I'm actually kind of
know.
curious, like what it could have been. I don't know if it was like a
instant overhead, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not too sure what the decision was for 7BD.
Ramaube.
You're just gonna throw that out there randomly?
Ramaube, yeah. Sorry, I just got it. It just came to me, like a vision.
Jake, you gotta put, you know, there's a certain order of things when it comes to talking about.
No.
You know, Mothership had actually just given us the pronunciation as to why Jake Ryan just shouted out Ramaube.
Yeah, I mean, after that play right there, all I could think was Ramaube.
You've been on the microphone before, Jake. Come on now.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Sekwele Ramaube getting the job done right now. 7BD has to find consistency here because even though we've found a way to deal with the lariat jump-ins, we found a way to deal with the interesting jump forward short situation. I mean, it's going to be a lot more for 7BD, and getting this screen position is huge, but Zangief is definitely comfortable sitting corner, holding down back.
Check so far. You know, there's so much mileage that 7BD is getting with the V-skill.
Yeah.
Like, after this sequence, he's going to be in trigger, right?
Yeah, trigger right afterwards. But, oh, my God. A great way to stop stun from happening and a great way to get away from the pressure.
Oh, yes! I love that sequence, by the way. That was so smart. The frame trap to get yourself into trigger regardless. Oh, no.
And the gray health means that does so much more damage. You got to guess for game here.
No, it was jab SPD. He was just fine. He was big chilling.
Yeah.
After the jab SPD, that was just a reset situation. I think there was just more of a benefit for 7BD to space Sekwele out.
To jump out. Still had the B trigger too, so the double fireball came out.
Counter cut for Sekwele. Or at least the whiff punish, I should say. That's a big juggle for 7BD. Although he doesn't get to continue the combo, I think being able to rush down or at least move forward for the Oki was super important.
Yeah, and I think the most important part of this match is going to be Sekwele figuring out how to stop that active V-skill usage from the side of 7BD.
And we can see 7BD getting a little antsy, moving a lot more into the space that Zangief is throwing out these normals, right?
Yeah, and utilizing the walk speed excellently, looking to keep Zangief guessing, you know, trying to fish for a whiff punish. Oh, there it was again. I
like that. Nice little on and off switch. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. So much no. You know,
not like that.
Bet it all.
Oh. There's a 6-up. Yeah, there's a lot of confidence coming from 7BD, but if there's a gap with a fireball in it, Sekwele is going to sniff it out. No, he mistimed the meaty? Yeah, the crouching jab meaty?
Again, the jumping
It was
short.
a setup. It was a setup. You could finish that.
Can't afford that, and the fireball catches at the very end. The invincibility from spin for projectiles just was not there long enough, and now we get a even match, 7BD versus Sekwele. I mean, and he's figured it out. He figured out the timing. You know, again, the setup for the jump short. I want to see how it plays out to fruition because maybe it's that last touch that you need, but
possibly. I think it's one of those things where it's like trying to give a false sense of security. It is a frame kill to get yourself into a meaty.
Yeah.
So it's one of those instances where he's trying to keep Sekwele guessing. I'd imagine in the next sequence that he does the jump short to cross over, he'll throw a meaty normal out. And it's going to catch Sekwele off guard if we see that instance again.
Yeah, finally, I think that's like one of the first 2 times that he's actually gotten a punish on the V-skill usage. And again, already has 1 full bar. That V-shift completely whiffs.
This is so cool to see the utilization of V-skill too.
Oh!
That's great for Zangief.
And again, that was so good. Caught the recovery at the very end. I love that awareness. May not have the most horizontal range like Ken does, but can still get that reach.
Ooh. No, the big drop.
And V-Trigger is available for this next sequence. You got to be so careful here because any touch means death. Doesn't even need to charge the V-Skill anymore.
No, you can't throw a fireball. That's day one. That is day one. You're not allowed to throw anything as soon as that V-Trigger is active. Oh, you're actually going to get punished? No!
Not the punish you're looking for. And again, still has a little bit left. Getting the V-Skill charge too. Oh, and that is the whiff punish that you needed. Sekwele finally figuring out how to deal with that V-Skill. And now 1 round away. Feeling super comfortable now. 7BD had figured it out for a while, but now 7BD is the one who has to push the initiative.
Sekwele is actually pushing forward. This is what I wanted to see. Oh, I want to see him be a little bit more aggressive in terms of like walking forward, not necessarily having a counter poke.
Yeah.
But I think walking forward is so important here. 7BD has done a lot of pushing. Sure, Sekwele might be in the lead right now with the rounds, getting these right calls and these right reads. But I want to see what happens when you push 7BD to fold under pressure.
Yeah, and that walk and block is so good because, you know, like you said, the standing fierce has been out, the jump-ins have been good, but make him feel uncomfortable. Show him that you are not deterred.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Man, it's so scary. If Sekwele actually busts out with like a whiff punish SPD, what happens afterwards? What's the medium?
Yeah,
Stand short a couple times?
Can't throw a fireball anymore. You have to deal with the V-Trigger. Looking for the shimmy. There it is. He did throw the fireball. Just no reaction.
Back throw is not going to be enough, is it? It might be, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, too far.
A little bit too late, too.
And I saw that. That was actually really good. Trying to get the V-Trigger right there with the hold. Not enough just yet. So still in danger zone. Wow, not killing there off the touch. But that is enough.
Classic.
Final game. Final round.
Even as Zangief, had you blocked like the overhead, you can get like a punish into like trigger 1 continuation, but what do you get after that? You know what I mean?
Not really anything. I mean, you could go for the EX SPD, but then...
You could go for a reset, like force the 50-50.
Yep.
That would be pretty cool. I like the lariat past the fireball now. A little bit more activity. Yeah, Sekwele. I like that a lot.
Yeah, perfect jump range right there.
And not extending his hurt box by throwing a normal, right?
Yep.
That's super smart.
And that's what you wanted to see, too. It's not always about the counter poke. It's about how you control, and that can be done in the air, too, as well as the punch. Uh-oh.
Man, 7BD has been pursuing a lot of the V-Trigger activation rather than going for Oki off of these knockdown situations.
Yeah, I mean, I like that decision. It's been paying off. I mean, every single time we've seen the V-Trigger come up, it has been paying dividends for 7BD, and sometimes it's better than Oki because that next touch with V-Trigger is going to be that much more potent, and it's paying off so much. About to have it. There it is. Not close enough. And there we go. That is so much worth it. Do we see that reset that we were talking about before? EX or SPD? What's it going to be?
Oh, boy. That would have been so dangerous.
Let's be back to it. You have to look for the throw.
You're
but there's
actually
even
close
more.
to dead?
You're dead.
Yeah, that's the one. Nice and easy. 7BD taking full advantage of the walk speed and the range and the habits of Sekwele. Live by the throw, die by the throw when it comes to playing a Zangief. Sekwele eliminated from the bracket. 7BD is moving on into the second round of losers.
Yeah, I love that from 7BD. And at the very end, that situation was similar to when the SPD did land from the side of Sekwele. The whiff throw came through, but then got the SPD afterwards. This time, 7BD did have the answer. I think, is it right here that we get to see that same situation? There it was. And at the end, did not go for the EX, and 7BD had the right answer. So Sekwele was looking good. For a majority of that round, like one more decision, and it was lights out, but, you know, live and die by the throw, just like you said.
And that's so tough to see. Sekwele was trying his most to get past the air fireballs that last instance. But there have been some pretty good shining moments here from Sekwele, right? Being able to utilize that V-Trigger 1 past the grounded fireballs that 7PD was presenting. But there were those certain hiccups, right, where he thought he could have gotten the critical art. And then there's certain moments, again, where he did have those whiff punishes and then immediately taken away those moments by 7BD where we see this final instance where it's like, you know, I think you're going to go for this throw here. There's more than enough. Sekwele to get eliminated. 7BD is now moving on to play against Ren.